What's up? More Elden Ring boss talk, and hopping right to it, we get to start off the video with kind of a banger, alright? And that is Mohg the Omen. And before we get to the actual boss fight side, I just want to talk about getting there, because it is crazy. I mean, you go down pretty much the whole time through these canals, tunnels and shit, and that's whatever, not the worst thing ever. But when I had to go through the pipe and get out at a certain time and go a certain way, I was just so lost. That is crazy that they throw this in, and it's yeah, if you play this blind, you are never seeing Mohg the Omen, without a doubt. There's just no way to stumble upon him. Just kind of funny, because I just don't understand how it's even possible. But that's, besides the point. The actual boss fight, amazing fight, alright? It is pretty much a main boss fight. It does a lot of damage and takes a lot of damage, and isn't like a pussy to stagger, so you actually get a real fight in this optional fight. And then the attacks themselves are not even really basic attacks. Sure, he has the combo with his trident weapon thing. I actually don't know what it is, but he has that kind of combo where he swings really wide swings back and forth. Usually it's a 3-hit combo. Hits like a truck, but then he has his blood attacks, because that's kind of his gig, I guess. He's the blood god, which, I mean, are we checking this out where he's getting the blood from? Is he siphoning period blood? Kind of gross, but or is he hitting up the local Elden Ring blood bank? Who's giving bro the blood? And is AIDS a problem? Does he have AIDS? Can he give me AIDS with the blood? We just got to figure this out. If he has clean blood, then I'm okay with this, but I ain't trying to get no diseases. Fuck this. All right, he can kill me all he wants, but do not give my tarnished AIDS, or we're gonna have a real problem. Especially since those blood moves are kind of annoying. I mean, one of them is literally just back up, get the fuck away from me, and he rains blood all over him. Kind of gross, especially if he's siphoning the period blood, but the other isn't the worst thing ever. He just kind of hurls it at you, and I don't even know if it's blood because it's steaming, but just roll that hoe. They're not the worst attacks, but I do really enjoy this fight. Took a lot of attempts, probably upwards of 20, but less than 50, so not a ton, but just a really enjoyable fight. Definitely a top 10. I think I enjoyed it more than Margit, but I don't know if I could put a top 5 yet. We're just gonna have to see with the more bosses we take on. And next up is Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, Golden Shade version, and I don't really know what the hell this fight is supposed to even be. It really just feels like one of those kind of cheap and easy Everjail fights where it's just a weaker enemy who's pretty easy to stagger and whatnot. Obviously, I'm doing a fuck ton of damage, and I'm not really taking a lot of damage, so perhaps there's a bit of over leveling, but Morgott really isn't much farther after this, and I wasn't really over leveled for him. That was a tough fight. So I just don't really know if this is supposed to actually be hard. Let me know if you struggle with this, or what happened there, but this is just a weird ass fight. I mean, it is a cool fight. The weapon is massive. I'm trying to get that weapon, and I like the kind of getting to the castle and getting a first boss, and it is, I'm assuming this is an important character, Godfrey, first Elden Lord. That seems really important. Maybe there's a real fight later. This is just a little crumb. I don't know, but it's not an optional boss, so I don't know why it's kind of so whack. But hey, maybe it's something to get hyped for then, because if this is going to be a real fight with the real dude, oh fuck yeah, I'm trying to get all over that dude. I'm trying to get in that dude. I'm trying to beat off that dude. Whoa, wait. Sorry. I forgot we were talking about Elden Ring. I was role-playing in my gay Discord server, so kind of fucked shit up there. But yeah, kind of a boss I'm a little indifferent on, because it just didn't really feel like one. But I mean, it's kind of swag. He's golden, and that's kind of drippy. That's first Elden Lord drip, I suppose. If you're gonna have a summon of yourself, making him gold is kind of a good choice. So yeah, I fuck with that. And if it is just another glass cannon boss like it's supposed to be, then I guess that's the Elden Ring formula now. I liked it at the beginning, but it feels like it's happening a lot, and the glass cannons really aren't that hard to beat. So I don't know how I feel about that. But that's all I gotta say about Godfrey now, and that's gonna take us to the next boss of the video, the Frenzied Duelist. And this is just another duelist fight, but he has a different weapon, and I absolutely destroyed it because it was a pretty early location, so it's not even much of a fight. Just wanted to add it in there so I've beaten this guy, and so I'll just add a bonus boss to this video, so we have 6. But I mean, the only thing you really get out of this fight is the coolish weapon. It's a giant axe, dual blade, kind of like Godfrey's, to be honest, but that's really it. I honestly thought his other weapons were kind of more difficult, and there's a putrid version of him that's a bit harder too, but this one I just missed for too long, and it's really not that hard of a fight anyway. I feel the duelists, they're pretty easy to stagger all the time, as long as you have a heavy weapon, of course, and they don't really do much. So hey, I don't think I missed much, but that's going to take us to the next boss, Decaying Ekzykes. Decaying Ekzykes, I think that sounds good. We're going to roll with that, and this is the Dragon of Caelid, I suppose. It's a white dragon that kind of has the scarlet rot features of it. It just looks like sickly, and it obviously, like, instead of shooting fire, shoots out like red scarlet rot gas or something. I don't really know. But yeah, I kind of like the look of it, and of course it's just another dragon fight that follows the same formula with just subtle differences. But I think this is a high ranking dragon. I really like the white aesthetic, and then having like those scarlet rot sores all over its body. And with killing it, you don't even really have to feel bad, because like surely this thing was gonna die anyway, right? Like it looks like it has leprosy or some shit. That would not be a good existence anyway. So if you think about it, I really just took out a kid with cancer, except in this world it's a dragon that was trying to kill me, and it was really infected with like the worst disease in all the land of Elden Ring. So like honestly, you guys just have to accept that I'm kind of a good person, Some people, some dragons, they just gotta die, and I'm here. I am the executioner. And so if you're sick, you got the cold, you got the flu, maybe even your nose is running, I'll put you down, all right? I'll take care of you. I don't want you living in pain. I don't want you to have to suffer so terribly. So I'll take up that role as the executioner of the sick. And my first decree will be taking care of myself, because I'm so sick in the mind, because I don't even know like what the fuck I'm yapping about. This is the dumbest shit ever. But boss fight itself, decaying Ekzykes, we already fucking know. Dragon bosses in Elden Ring, wow, they're all the same. And so while I do like the aesthetic and whatnot, this isn't a great boss. I've already fought like 3 or 4 of the exact same dragons at this point, and guess what? I still got like 3 or 4 to fight. So yahoo. This one especially, they could have made fight a little different. It's like a sickly dragon. It should be like limping. It should have like really slow but like devastating attacks instead of like anything fast. I don't know. It should be easy to stagger or something. It just shouldn't be how it is, and it would make sense to be different than the other dragons, because it completely is. It is sick of the rot. Same way I'm sick in the head with brain rot, but that's enough of that. We can move on to the next boss of the video, Commander O'Neil. And honestly, I think Commander O'Neil is a good boss fight. I really don't see the problem with it. It's another Caelid fight, and so there's kind of like scarlet rot elements around the arena and shit, but like, who cares? Just stay up on land. And his real gimmick is that he does summons, but it's like the summons even aren't a problem. They're pretty weak. Most of them just like shoot arrows, so just take them out first and then fight O'Neil. It's really not that hard, because Commander O'Neil isn't even that aggressive. He honestly does nothing at range. He doesn't even like run at you. He just walks. So if you just run around killing them, he really won't bother you. And then when you're ready to fight him, go head to head. Still not that hard of a fight, because he's pretty weak. I mean, I went and killed that big ass dragon before him. So like, this dude with the peg leg and a sword really isn't gonna fuck with me that much. Which, I mean, speaking of the peg leg, like that's kind of lit. Is there ever been a From Software like boss or even NPC with the peg leg? Like I swear this is the first one, and I think that's dope as fuck. I wonder if his like foot rotted off from the scarlet. Maybe they chopped that shit off. I don't know, but I want to know the lore of like the peg leg of Elden Ring. I want to see a 1-hour documentary on that shit. So somebody get on that. Some video essay, make the peg leg video. And like I think the peg leg and like his sword itself just helps his aesthetic. I really like how he seems like an old fella who's just trying to like live in Caelid. He walks, doesn't run. He's got a peg leg, and his sword is like brandished with a flag or something. I actually thought he was fighting with like a flagpole, and maybe on the end he would stab me like a spear, but no, it's like a big ass long weapon. I wanted to say sword, but I know someone will correct me, because I have no idea what the weapon even is, but it's pretty cool looking. Decent enough fight. If the summons itself didn't make him unique, his design itself is also pretty unique, just kind of a lone warrior out there, and I fuck with that. So we're gonna go to the final boss of the video now, the Flying Dragon Grail. And like shit, bruh, it's like dragon bosses couldn't get any worse, right? No, this is literally just a Geel, from like Limgrave, but like a little bit stronger. Probably a lot stronger, but like, what the fuck? He just does fire. He looks normal. He literally looks the exact same as a Geel. They're probably twin brothers. Now, I don't know if that's actually possible. I don't know if dragons can have like twins, because they're mammals, I assume, but like, can 2 come out at once? I don't know. Some fucking furry dragon historian needs to tell me like, what's the deal with that? Because obviously we're a very learning and accepting community, so please tell me, and I'll make fun of you, but I will accept your knowledge with great grace, because it enhances my Elden Ring knowledge. Not that it really matters, because this is literally a clone, alright? This is not even a reskin, it is a clone boss, and it's just so lame. Another dragon that just misses the mark. You could have Flying Dragon Geel, alright? Have a normal dragon in Limgrave, sure, but why have a normal dragon in Caelid or Dragon Barrow? It's just silly. I guess really the only gimmick or difference in this fight is that it's on a bridge, so you're kind of shit out of luck flex sometimes if you get caught lacking. But like, is that supposed to be a good thing? I mean, come on. Who the fuck wants to fight this thing on a bridge? That's where the uniqueness comes. That's where the challenge is gonna come. They really missed the mark with dragon fights. And when like we get to the DLC, I do kind of hope there's not dragon fights. And if they are, they're unique like some of the later ones. But that's gonna do it with my dragon hate and the end of the video. Appreciate everyone watching. Let me know what you think of the bosses we talked about below. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.